Welcome back, guys. In this video we will learn to make this beautiful Todo app. As you can see, we have this beautiful linear gradient in the background, and you can see each Todo is of different color. Okay, so suppose I add a new Todo. Okay, so see, this is of different color. So I have added 4 color in this, so you can add more and more. So after 4 it will repeat actually. So see, it will repeat after 4. So this one and this one is same, and next one will be same as this one. Okay, so I will show you each and every step, and you can see we have more option here. So we can edit any Todo. Suppose I want to edit this, so I can edit that. I can delete any Todo. So there is an option to delete the Todo. So we will learn how to make this Todo. As this is our just first video of React, so I will show you each and every step in detail, like what each step is doing and all. So in the last video we have learned how to set up React.js. So this was our last project. So in this video we have done till here. So if you haven't watched this video, just go to my channel and watch this React.js setup. So in this video I have told you to create a new app, you need to enter create React app / space project name. So I will use the same thing here. So just go to the folder where you want to create the project, and I think if you have watched my last video, you know we need to install a git bash to make our life easier. So I want to create project here. So just click the right button of your mouse and go to the option git bash here. Okay, here we need to write create React app space name, app name. So like let's name Todo app, and you know we can't enter capital letter here because capital letter is restricted in React.js name. If you have watched my last video, you know this also. So we will create a new app. So this 2 VS Code I have installed. So let me close this two. So let's close this one first. This was our first project. So I will start from the basic itself, and I will show you each and everything in basic. So if you are a beginner, this video is for you. If you are experienced also, you can watch this. You just feel something you all know, I will repeat that thing. That's it. And for source code, you can go to my GitHub and you can download the code also. But I will put a link in the description. But I will say not to download this. And just follow me through, and you can make this app very easily. But I will provide the source code also, no problem in that. So it will take some time because installing take time. So I think it will take 5-6 minutes. So I will fast forward this step, and you know what's inside it's doing. I shown that also in our last video. It's actually already created a folder named Todo app, and it will create some files here. It will install dependency and all. So package.json is already created, and in few minutes everything will be installed. So we will wait. Yeah, so node module is also here. Okay, so we will wait. I will fast forward now. Okay, so as you can see, our app is installed, and it's asking me to write cd Todo app. So see, we have installed our app here. Okay, so now to start the app, we need to go inside this folder. So what we need to do is we need to type cd and app name Todo app. And now it's asking me to press npm start, but I won't do that. I will open the VS Code first. So to open the VS Code, we need to write code space dot. Okay, so it will open my VS Code, and after that I will write this npm start in VS Code terminal. So my VS Code is running. Now to start the VS Code terminal, you can click here or just press Ctrl and tilde sign. I will press here this time. So new terminal. Yeah. Now in place of PowerShell, if you want any other thing, just click this drop down and click here like command promote I need. So I will type this, and now we need to write npm start, and it will start the server. So this is the basic thing we get. So we don't need to edit anything. We just need to edit this src. So I will delete most of the part. So let it run first because I need to see if it's everything installed properly or not. So let's create. As I told you, our most of the work is done in src page. So let me show you. So this is src, but we need to delete most of the things because we don't need this logo and all. So I will delete this setup to logo, delete all this file, 3 file. Yeah, move to recycle bin. What next? So this will crash most probably, yeah, because logo is not here, anything is not there. So we will fix that. Next is delete this index.css. We don't need this as of now. Delete this app test.js. Yeah. Now this one is still, we need to fix this. Now next is in index.js, remove this part. Index.css we have deleted, remove this part and delete this thing. Okay. So yeah, and in app.js also we need to work. Just save this. Yeah, save. And in app.js is remove this. Yeah. And in div remove, let me string this down. Yeah, so see, this is the div. So it start here and end here. Everything which start ends also. I think you know this in HTML. So just keep this div and remove everything. The thing in React is you can't put two divs. Suppose I can't write like this. This is wrong. See, everything is showing me this is wrong, because in written you can only put one component. Inside that you can put many things. So what I will do is just remove this thing and I will write h1 welcome to learn with Vivek. And I think this will be happy now. Yeah, welcome to learn with Vivek channel. Okay, now we will start our Todo app. From here we are actually starting the Todo app. So for now listen to me very carefully. So let's go to the app.js and import React. Right, import React from React. Okay. Now in app.js, remove this h1 or keep it. I will write something else. Cool. So as you can see, it's like let me make it smaller so that you can see it easily side by side. Okay, so here we will make a new div. So below this h1, create a new div, which we will name as like put class name as. So class name is important for the style. So I will show you why it is important. So let me put the name first. I will put the name as Todo app. Cool, because from here I am actually starting the Todo app. Now again I will write h1. So let me put h1 and I will write what's today. Cool. Now next we need to make a form. So I will write form. I will use this React form. That's why I import React form and close. For this also I will make a class. We need all this class for styling. I already told you. So I put the class name as Todo form. Now in place of input, like in form we need an input. So inside form, write input. I will self close this one. So no need of this. So I'm self closing this one. So I need some 4 or 5 thing in this. First is placeholder. In placeholder I will write add a Todo. Cool. Next will be the name. So I will in name I will write text. Next will be class name. So for class name I will make it class name as Todo input. Okay, so let's save it and see how it is looking. So okay, So to do a while out with Vivek. Let me close this now. Okay, what's your plan for today? And inside this input, I need a button to submit. Okay, so inside this input, uh, in form only, I will make a button. So make a button, just type button, and for this class name, I will type to-do button. Class name will be to-do button. Cool. Inside button, what will be the button name? Add to-do. I will change it later because we need to update the to-do also. So button name should be changed according to it is save or update. In case of update, I will write update to-do. But now it's fine for us. So for styling, no, it's not looking good, I know. So for styling, I think this video I will just copy paste because styling part is quite hard for this one. I need to explain many things. So just go to this link, github.com Vivek slash Todo web, and go to src, and in src app.css. Now copy this. I will try to pin this css in comment also, so you can just copy paste from there on itself, or someone else should do that, and I will pin that comment. Now just go to your app.css and paste it. Remove this one and paste the copied one. And I think now the will look quite good. See, it's look good. All right, it's looking good. I think you agree. Now inside app.js itself, I think now I can open this command. It will look good. Yeah, it's fine. I need to make more style, but for now on it's fine. Now it's fine. Okay, so right now it's nothing will work because we didn't add any function, so nothing will happen. Because this button don't know what to do after adding, so we need to show everything here. But before that, we don't want to use all this here in the single app.js. What we do in React is we make component and we put this function inside a component so that we can use it more and more time later on, and to make our code also look simpler, not this much harder. If I write everything in app.js, this file will be very bulky, so I will bypass this. So what I will do is I will make a folder name component. In src, what I will do is make a folder name com components. And inside component, I will make 3 files. First one will be todo.js. Second will be todo form.js. And third will be todo list.js. Okay, so how we use this component is, what I will do is I will put something inside to-do list and I will call that actually. So what I will do is I will put everything inside the to-do list. So I need to import and all. So what I will do is, like, I will call to-do list from app.js, or inside to-do list I will call these two folders. Okay, I think you understand. So you need an extension to make your life easier again. So just go to this part extension and type ES7. Okay, so this first one, ES7 React and Redux, just install it. Click here install to install. Then what you can do is, like, I can type RFCE, okay, and press tab, and it will just write this much code. So we need to write this much code again and again, so this make our life easier. So to-do list, it's fine. So not what I will do is, in case like I'm in to-do list, so I need to import these two. Like I will put this to-do form and to-do.js inside this to-do list. So before that, what I will do is just put in app.js, import this to-do list. So import todo list from component slash todo list. Okay, now what I can do is I will from this div remove this much part. Okay, so I think it will be fine if I do this. So I just remove this and I will put it in this to-do list where it is to-do list. So replace this div with this div. Now again nothing will change because we didn't call this to-do list inside this app.js. So we have just imported this to-do list but we didn't call it. So we need to call it here. Where was there was that div. So I will write to-do list and close and paste and it will just run. So what the picture is, everything here is inside in this app.js and this black part what you see is this app is in this to-do list. Now I will go one step further and what I will do is this is form actually. So in this to-do list there will be two parts, this form and below where I will show everything that I just set as to do. So in this to do form, first we have already made this to do form, so let's do that. So again type R F-C and press enter. And what I will do is inside this to-do list from this form, yeah, all the form, remove it from here and paste it in this one. Okay, now again we didn't called it, and if I will save it, this form will be ignored. So I need to import this to-do form and then call. So I imported both the file. I will use this to-do later. So just copy this to-do and we need to call it here. So type close and paste. And you see this form will appear. So that's how we use component. I think you have heard so many times in React the word component. So that's how we use component. So we made this to do form as a component. We made this black part as a component. So suppose if I uh, take this to do form two times, what will happen? So let me show you. Just copy this and paste it below. So this one will appear two times. Suppose I need make it appear two times, so I don't need to write this two times. I will just make it as a component and I will use this two times. I can use it wherever I want. Okay, so in the next we need to make the below part. So first I will make everything, then I will make it functional. Okay. Now let's see our app in desktop view. So when I expand this, you see this one is aligned in left side of the window. So in mobile view it will look fine, but in desktop view it's look like this. So what we will do is go to the your app.css file and in h1 tag write text align as center. Okay, so see it went to center. So when we will say in desktop view also it's look like in center, so it's fine. So that's how we write CSS. If you find any fault you can change that here, no problem. Just check the CSS of that class. Suppose why we changed h1 here, because this one write it under the h1 tag, so we change the h1 CSS here. Next what we need to do is we need to show our things, like whatever to do we add, we need to show it below. So we need to make that. So what we will do is we will add this, we will work on this to do actually. So again write RFCE and press tab. So it's fine to do. And so what all we need is first in this div add class name as to do row. Yeah, we have already written all this. So to do row, and let's put another div inside this. So we will write there will be no class name, and I will write one task. Okay, Now we need some icons, so let me save it. Now to see it, like what we will do is we want to see it, but we are not calling this to do anywhere. So let me call this to do in to do list. So we are calling everything in to do. So you see we have already imported this to do, but we are not calling it. So we will call it first. So come here below this to do form. This is the to do form, okay. And below this we will call this to do. So to do. So close, and you see it is here. So we just return it here. So go to do again. I'm closing this. So one task, you see this has come here. So what next we need to do is we need to make some icon. To make it, like we need to delete it. So we will put a cross icon here, and for it we will put a pencil icon here, so that to make it look good. Now for icon, what I use is go to React, search for React icon, and this one is very good project. And here you can search anything. Suppose for close circle, I want to search close circle. Okay, so here we come. So we have so many. So I will use this RI close circle line. This one looks good for me. You can use any one of them. I will show you how to use it. So for this, we need to install React icon first. So just press this plus tab in below. Okay, and type, make it full screen, npmi React icon. Okay, and press enter. Not icon, actually icons. Something and closing this. Write npmi icons. So next we have selected this icon. Which one is? Yeah, this. See, RI close setting is copied in our clipboard. So what next we will do is we will type import inside that, paste it whatever we have imported. From where? From React icon slash. So this is from RI. Import one more icon, that name is TI edit. I have already selected that, so you can select that whatever you want, and this will come from TI. Okay, now we will call these icon below. So these all are components like, so we will call that below. Now for calling, what we will do is we will create another div. Suppose I am creating a div, and inside div, let me put a class name. So I will put a class name as icons. Cool. Now inside div, I will add all this RI circle line. This will self-close it. So save it, and see this icon appeared here. Okay, so again in this I will put a class name. Class name will be delete icon. Okay. Now similarly I will call that this one TI edit. Let me copy it. And for this one I will put a class name as edit icon. And save it. So we have two icons, delete and edit. Okay. So next what we will do is we will add functionality. So we are writing this like manually we are writing this. Suppose I want to make one more to do. So what I will do is, let me put it here. So this is actually a to do row. So I will just make this one so that I can call that div again and again. So what I will do is I will copy this div and paste it below and save it. So one task again has come. We can change that to second task. But like for like suppose you get one project and you want confirmation from client. So don't work on like functionality first. Just show the client this design after like you got the project. So just show the design and say that this is how it works. And next we will work on functionality. So like this one should not come manually. How much to do we will add should appear here. So we will call this actually component depending on how much data is there in array. Okay. Next we need to start the working part of this. So have patience. I will explain each and every thing. Now let's start with the to do form. So because this is the in the top. So what we need to do is we need to call something as, from React we need to call that as use state on this. Now how we will use this is, we will, like suppose we are writing something here, so it should go somewhere in the variable, that then only we will push that in below. So how we do is we use state one. So like suppose const, we need to put the name, so I will put as input, and I have to set this input, I will call as set input. After that I will call this use state and I will put a blank string here. Now next is I need to call, like put this somewhere. So before that I've like we put some more functions. So I will call a function as handle change and handle submit. So make function. So const handle change, whatever it gets. So this is how we make function. I think you know this. So this is the basic structure of function. So here e represent handle change means the function name, e represent the whatever you are getting. So what I am saying is set in handle change, like whatever it change, I will put input as set input e dot target dot value. Cool. So I will call this function and it will set the input. Next is I will have to call as handle submit. So yeah, let me make this function first. Const, I will call, say, see, this is not in dark color, that means we are not calling, we are declared this but never read. So I will read this also. So that's why I said have patience. Submit. Again, the same way we are making a function, and now we are writing something in function. So what we will do in submit is we will write e dot prevent default. Okay. Now I will say props dot on submit. That's why we are okay. So we need to add as one props. So this props mean, like suppose we are calling this add from somewhere, like from to do list. So we need some data like from there. So that's why I'm using this order we need to send. So I will set props dot on submit, because on submit will call from that to do list, not from here. That's why we are using this one. First one will be ID. So like we need, suppose like right now here we have two things. So in React we are we don't know how much number will be there. So in React they ask, like for similar component you need to send a unique thing. So you need to send a unique ID. So we can use anything like it. There is something like many npm will generate ID, but this is very simple project. So I will use some basic JavaScript function. So that is math.floor. And it will generate with a random number between whatever I said. So let me generate it for math.random and multiply it with how much like range you want to give. So I will give is anything like suppose 1. So it will obviously give me very random number. Okay. Now we need to call this props. Suppose I submit this, so I need to clear this field. So what I will do is to clear this field is set input. Set input to again input string. So now in return we need to use this function. So where I will use this, so in input field placeholder we have name we have, and I will write as on change. So what it will do every time it changes, so it will call handle change. Okay. Similarly, what will be the value will be whatever is there in the input. So let me show you what it means. So what I am asking is whatever the value of this input is, put that in the value of this input, this one. So let me show you one thing. Suppose I write something here ff and it will come here. Okay. Same way, if I write something here, it is coming here. But suppose I close this, I don't change on change, comment it out. So it won't change. You can't write anything if you comment this thing. So what it's doing is on change, it's calling this change handle change function, and this handle change function is submitting like set input, like this input to whatever we are writing. Okay. Similarly, when we call handle submit, so we want, like, let me call the handle submit also in the button. So now what we will do is whenever we click, it will call this function handle submit. And suppose we don't write this one. Let's see what happens. If we write and click add to do, it's not removing this part. It's giving me error also. Props dot on submit is not a function. Okay, we need to, so let's close this first. We comment it out, and yeah, now I write something and I have to do, it's not doing anything. Yeah, so we need to prevent default, sorry. And now what it's doing is, suppose I remove this comment, and now I click to do, so it's doing is set input to this blank string. Suppose I do is set submit to clear. So now what it will do is whenever I click this add to do, it will put it as clear. Okay. Now in the like to on this, we need to work on to-do list. So next we will work on to-do list. So again we need to call this use state. Okay. Now we need to make something in to-do list. Props we don't need here because to-do list was called from app.js, and app.js is not passing anything. Again make a state as const. Here I will make to-dos. So I'm calling the to-dos to this list. Okay. Initially it will be empty array. Set to-dos and use state empty array. Okay, initially it will be empty, and later I will change this. So we need to make a function that is add to-do. So const add to-do. So what I'm writing now is, so don't get hyper. So this I also got from Stack Overflow. So what it actually will do is, suppose I write something blank and I will type enter. So basically it will enter that blank thing also, but this code will prevent it from doing this. I will show you later. So let me write this first. So what we need to write is this thing. So if we get something like this, a blank string, we will type we will like return something, just return, nothing will happen. But if this is not the case, else part. So if this is not the case, what I will do is we will select const new todos, and in the array we will say todo and whatever we are getting. So we will get something here. So what we are doing is we will adding the previous to do, like this is we are getting this to do, so we will add it in the previous one. So we don't want to delete that, so what we will do is we will add that in the previous one. So for adding that is like write triple dot and then array name is to do's. So it will add to do in this to do. So new to do's will be add the current to do and the previous to do's, all to do's. Next is we need to set this to do's. So let me make one more function, then I will show you all this. I will write complete I will explain all this. So okay, I will explain this complete to do later. So let me now use this add to do and complete to do. In to do form on submit, we will call add to do. Okay, and in to do, what we will do is we are calling this to do's to do's, like we are sending these things. We are sending this complete to do, and it's complete to do. Cool. Next we will work on to do. So this is the final one, third one. So in third one again, what we need to do, I think. So again we need to call use state. So that's why I said React is simple. We need to do same thing again and again. If you learn once, it will be very simple. Now in return, what we need to return is const. It is edit or set. I will say IDS null and value to be empty. Let me align this. Now what we will return is, we will say to do dot map whatever in the to do. This one. We will say whatever in the to do. So we need to get this to do actually. So we will get it in props. So I will say to do comma index. We will get from the props. We are sending it from this to do list, to do form. Sorry. So it will crash. Now again in return we will say to do start. We are actually mapping it. So how much data we will get, we will map it here and we will push it. We will call this form that many times. So we will say to do comma index. Okay, and inside that we will call these things. So this much you cut from here and paste it. So we will call this as many times as it is in this to do. How many times we will get this to do and index, that many times we will call it. Now we have this to do and index, so we need to submit it somewhere. Now you remember is completed, we have is there in the function. So in the class name also we will call the class name depending on if whether it is completed or not. So what is completed mean is, suppose we completed a task, so we will click enter, and so it should change depending on that. So we will say to do dot is complete question mark. So this is actually a new type of if else statement. So if it is complete, then we need to make the CSS as todo row and complete. Okay, but if it is not, then we need to make the CSS as whatever it was, todo row. Cool. Now inside that also again we need to give the key. So I will enter and say in the key whatever you get and the index. So for this one actually we are generating the random number, otherwise it will give you a warning in the React if you don't give this key, unique key. Now in the second task also what we will do is we say key is equal to todo dot id and we say on click. So here we will call this complete todo function actually. So if someone click somewhere in the todo, we will call this like it is complete. That means it is completed. Complete todo. We will say todo dot id. And here in the place of second task we will write is we will say whatever is there in todo dot task, put it here, not text, text. Okay, again this icon and this one will be same, nothing change. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me see, anything is still crashing. So in that todo it's saying to-dos is not defined. Okay, so free to-dos. And again it's a complete todo is not defined. So in to-dos we need to not index, we need to to-dos and complete todo. Okay, so this one was there actually, so I removed it and now it's fine. So suppose if I add something, nothing is happening right now. Bye. Okay, so we need to now write this. So here we like to write text is equal to input in box. We are not sending text, we are just sending ID. That was the problem. Okay guys, so after debugging I found out that I missed something. So instead of this middle one, I need to we need to put this small one. You just see, I think you already find out that. See, in return we need to write this one, small one, not the middle one. So we just need to change that and it will start working. So here it is, so it is start from here and end here, so we need to change that. Okay, that's it. Save it and you will see it will start working. So hello and about, so it's started working. Now one thing more we have done, I didn't explain to you, but we did something. So let me show you. So in this to-do list, you just go and see, we have made a function named complete to do, and we also called this function here. See, in this div, second div, we have written on click, we need to call this complete to do and we are sending this to do.id. And see, in the to do list we are grabbing this complete to do, and then in complete to do we are getting this id and we are just updating. What we are doing is we are making a update to do and we are mapping to do's.map and we are filtering out this id. Okay, and we are marking this to do dot is complete. We are making another like variable is complete, and we are making this complete. Okay, now it should change, and we are changing that also. If you go to again this to do, okay, look at here, and we are asking in this div if for the class name. Okay, in the case of class name, we are checking where this to do dot is complete. So if it is complete, okay, this is a function, it will go for this function. Okay, and if it is not complete, it will go for this class. So currently it's working as this class. When we will mark this, it will go for this class. So let me do this. So if you noticed, we are calling this function in the second div, not in the first div. So first div means this complete one, but in the second div there is just this text, not this complete. We can't click here and it will work. See, it's not working, but when we click in the word, it will mark this as complete. Look like again there is some problem. During debug, I was like clicking this and expecting some error, but I was not getting any error in console. Then when I refreshed this and added one more thing, remove this first and add, you see one error is coming as invalid element handle on click. So it is not understanding, and it is also giving me suggestion, did you mean on click? So see, this is wrong on click. So in React we always use camel case. You see class C small and N capital, so same wise on and C should be capital. Okay, now it will work. When I click this, it will dim it out. So it's actually taking this class, this div is taking this class here. That's why it's working like this. So that's it. Next we will work on this remove function. So see, we added something. Now we want to remove this and we want to update this. So first we will work on this remove part. So for this, what we will do is same wise, now some everything is same, like same like complete to do. We will send something like remove to do and update to do. Two more thing is there. So same thing we will do again. So let me start with remove to do. So what we will do is we will write remove to do. Okay, now we need to call it somewhere. So on click, same thing, like here we called it on click. So same way we will call this on ri clock circle. So in this div, this icon. Okay, so below this class name, what I will do is I will say this on click, again C capital. This will call this remove to do, and it need to send me to do dot id, because I need id, like which one should I need to remove. So send that to do dot id. Now in this to do list we will make this function and call this function. So what we will do is just to go to this to do list, and here we are catching what we are catching. First we are catching to do. Now again we are catching to do, a complete to do. Next we will catch the remove to do. So write remove to do equal to remove to do. Cool. Now we need to make this function also. Okay, there is no function name remove to do, so that's why it's breaking. So I will close this. Now complete to do is done. So next we need to do as remove to do. Remove to do is quite simple than complete to do. So this console I'm working. So we will make a function as const remove to do equal to id callback function. Okay, now we will make a const name remove array. What we will do is, like inside that we will first did this triple dot to do. What it will do this, like to do is our to do's is array, so it will expand this triple dot. Okay, now we will do a filter in this. So what we will do is we will do is filter Now we will write to do. Let me make it to do. Like to do dot id should not be. Now in case of this React, we need to make it triple. In Node, we just do it like we will say not equal to, but in this not equal to we need to write because we are comparing, not assigning the value id. Okay. So this thing we need to keep in mind which language we are using, and then we will set. So we will call this set to do's. Yeah, we are using the set to do. Let me check this. Yeah, set to do's to remove array. Whatever is this remove array, it will set this here. Okay, and we are calling. So what state do is, so whenever there is a change, state will tell their component. So there is a change and like do according to that. That's it. Remove array. And let's remove one. Yeah, it's working completely fine. So the next one is update. Okay, so in case of update, we need to work more and more thing, because what we need to do is when we click this update, we need to create open another form here, so that like we can write something in this. In update also, suppose if I click this and it will open me like this, it's not good. Why? Because what we need to do is we need to fill this data like hello Gunter here. Okay, so we need to do all these things in update to do. So it's not tough, but it's like we need to do more code than remove to do. Remove to do, you see, was very easy. So let's start with this update to do. So to update to do, initially we need to do the same thing like we did in remove to do. So go to the to do.js first. So to do.js. In this, what we will do is, the drill, we will make a update to do props also. Update to do. Cool. Now we need to call this update to do. So where will we call this? We will call this in ti edit run. Okay. So we will write on click set edit. Now here we need to send two things, not just ID, because what I told you, when I click this edit button, this hello Gunter should come in this field, not just blank field. Okay, so we need to send the two field like ID. We need to send to know which field is this, and the value also. So what we will do is we will send the ID as todo.id, and we will send value. Now value what is, we are saving it as a todo.text. Cool. So we are done here. Now more thing is going to come here. So what, like when we edit this form should come here. So we need to import this form first. So what we will do is we will import this to do form. So we will write import to do form from, where it is dot slash we have called this. Now we need to use this. So how we will use this is, yeah, in return we will check. Yeah. In case of return we will check what type of return it is. We will say edit dot id. If we have edit dot id, what we will say is return to the form. And in this to the form also, what we will do is we will say edit is equal to edit. Now on submit also, what we will do is on submit we will update this. So on submit we will call this submit. submit update. We need to make this once submit update first. This is not there. So now you noticed like we are here setting edit, set edit. Now we are not calling this function, this update, because we need to send the value. So before that we need to make a function this submit. So there we will call that this update to do. Okay. So here we need to make a function name const submit update. Here we write value. We will say update to do. In this case, we will say edit.id. We know the edit.id and value. We need to send these two things. Also, set edit. We need to set this. Set edit as. So now we are using this function. You remember we made this function. So now we will use this. So we need to set this actually. So we will set this as id. Again equal to null. Same. So we need to set this. So I think we are done. We have imported the Todo form. We make this function. Oh, sorry, we are clicking the cross button. Yeah. So see, this form is coming here. Now put this update to do. Now thing is, see, in update to do also it is coming as add to do and add to do. So we need to change this. So what we will do is we will call this form according to, like, we will change this form according to whether it is update or add. Okay. So handle change is there, handle submit is there. Now what we need to do is we need to return something differently. So this form is fine. So here input, like, yeah. From here we will do form also. Form also what we will do is we will write on submit, because not this form also can submit, so form itself can submit. So we will write and then submit. Fine. Now this, like, this form will is fine, but like this input and this button should change. In input I want like update to do, update your to do, something like this. And in this add to do, here in the place of add to do, I want like this as update to do. So what can we do is we will check for some props. So here I will check for some props, what it is. So I will check like props dot edit. So you remember we sent this props dot edit, like this edit here, edit equal to edit. So I am checking for this. So if there is some props dot edit, what we will do is we will call it, we will return something, and if it is not, we will return something. So we already have this one. Like, if there is nothing, like this is not props dot edit, what we need to return is this one. Okay, so cut it and paste it here. Also we can't return like two component, I already told you. So here we are returning input first one and button second one. So we can't do this like this. We need to grab this inside one component. So I will write it is fine. Okay. Still error, yeah. So because this one is not there, so let me put this one again. Like in both cases, we are returning the same thing right now. Whether it is update or so nothing will change. But now something will change. You see. So here it is for add one first one, and the below one is for update. So what I will do is I will write in case of update as update your to do. So I will save this. See, here it is changed as update your to do. Now I want this button also to be changed. So what I will do is I will write update to do. Okay. So I think it's fine now. It's returning me what depending on what it is. Handle change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so next what I need to do is after clicking this, suppose let me refresh this again. Suppose I send this, I want to edit this. Nothing data is coming here, so we need to do these changes here. And also when we edit this, it should update. So right now it's not updating. So for that we need to go to this to-do list where, because here something is happening. Now come to to-do list, and we need to do some changes in this to-do list to make it fully functional. So first we need to make a function like update to do, because what we will do is we will come here, and what we will do is we will make a function update to do. And update to do will be update to do. So we need to make this update to do function. So what I will do is I will copy this. So this there is a const because spelling is always now because we are sending like in this case we were sending like only one thing, so we did this there. Now we are sending two things, more than one, so we put it in bracket. We will say we are sending one todo.id, and next we are sending some values, right? Updated some new value. Now in this case of new value, what we need to do is again we need to check for those things if it is empty string or something. So what I will do is, in case of we already did for this, so I will copy this. Because if this their text is something else, but here it is not todo.text, it is new value. So new value.text, new value.text. Rest we can write. So start. What we will do is we will set something. We will say set rules. Set ref map. Say item item dot id id new value. Yeah, right. Okay, so what I'm saying is, if to-do.item, if the id is matching, we are putting as new value. If not, we are putting as item. So we are mapping every item in this. So it's saying update to do is not defined where it is. So when we edit this, data is not. Yeah, so see, edit part is working. Like right now it is SDF, and I will change it to AAA. So so it's working. But the thing is, one thing is not working right now is when I want to edit this, I want this like A should come here, not like I need to write again. Suppose this one is fine. Suppose I want to say I want to go to gym at 4 p.m. Okay, now I want to change it to 5 p.m. Now when I will click this edit, everything is gone. I need to write it again. I don't want this. Otherwise, I will just remove it and add this. So what's the good thing about update? So we need to check what missing. Again, it's time for debug. So look like we are not setting anything to do. State I need to check this. So this input is not setting, so I will change it here. So I will say props dot edit. If there is props dot edit, same thing I'm repeating actually. Every time I'm checking if there is props dot edit. Then if there is something I will return props dot edit dot, here we are setting it as value, so value. Otherwise we will return empty string. Cool. Same, now everything is coming, so I can easily change it from 4 to 5. So that's it. Our app is now working completely fully. Go to market. Okay, so it's working everything. If this is done, I will click as done. Edit you seen is working. So let me do this. So update is also working and remove is also working. So I can remove that also. So everything is working. So I hope you like this one, and please comment down which project you want I should make a next tutorial for React. Also, should I integrate this React with Node.js, because I am also already working in many projects where I'm using this React and Node.js with MongoDB. So do you want this mod course? So let me know this in comment section. Thank you.